So welcome. Today we have a really, really cool story, a client success story, brand new client. Normally we get clients that's been in for a while. Lynn has been in for only a couple of days and is having massive shifts. And I saw it. I was like, wow. The things that she is posting about, the breakthroughs that she's having is worth sharing. She mentions feeling guilty and have fears coming up and, all these things that so many of us women think that makes us flawed or fucked up or, not good enough. And it's important that we share our vulnerability with you. So anyway, I'm excited to introduce you to her and for you to hear a little bit about her story and how she's had some of these breakthroughs. I was not supposed to be successful. Hey there, Casey Ship here, fitness model, hormone expert, and a master energy healer. I help goal-oriented women clear out the reason why nothing has worked and finally step into their purpose and get everything they've ever wanted. Tell us about yourself, your personal life, what you do for work, how many kids you have, and all that fun stuff.
Well, I have two kids, 5 and 7, and I'm an interior designer. That's always been my passion, but in my earlier years, I was a makeup artist in New York City, but design was always my passion. So I went back to it, and I've been doing that for a long time. And now I find myself like back in the realm of makeup and helping women feel beautiful through makeup application, like really easy makeup. And I am just so passionate about serving women in this way. It's like totally changing my my mind about where I want to be. So
I love that. So you're saying the program is helping you like really step into that helping women type thing, or no?
yeah, well, the program I just started, but I've just kind of opened up recently to really intentionally serving women versus, design. I think
I
I'm
love
maybe
that.
moving in that direction.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense now why you found us then. Because typically, like I work with regular, women, but typically I work with a lot of coaches and women who help women. So that's interesting. Nurses, even, and your skin looks really good, and I need your makeup help.
Thank you.
So there we go. And so 5 and 7, I've got a 5 and 7. Well, he's about to be 6, but yeah, I understand that life. Holy shit. And are you married, single?
Engaged. We never got
Engaged.
married.
Ain't no wrong with that. Okay, cool. So where do you do makeup? Are you doing like, how does that work?
So most of it's virtual. I'm in South Florida. So if I have locals, I will do their makeup in person and like give them a lesson in person. But yeah, most of it's virtual. Yep, that's what we
I
do.
love it. I love it. Okay. So, and the main problem that you had before you found us was you said 30 pounds after, was it your first or second kid?
Second.
All right. So could you lose the weight with after your first?
Yeah, I lost it really quick.
Okay.
6 months, I had abs. Like I wasn't working out. It just disappeared.
Dude, that second kid, bro, like that's what it's a different. I always joke after I had a second kid, I was like, all right, clearly there's classes of parents here. There's certain parents, you can be a parent. You can even be a parent if you didn't physically have the kid. But if you just have one kid versus two, you're a different class of parent. 3 kids, 4 kids, 5, you're a different parent. Same thing with boys and girls, like easy kids or just like laid back babies and kids, different parent when they like versus a little boy that climbs and is full boy, or you know what I mean?
I have
Different.
one of those. Yeah.
Me too. It's so funny. Oh my God. So, okay, after the second kid, hold on. When did you gain the weight? Was it just pregnancy weight you couldn't get off, or you gained weight?
I gained the weight really fast in that pregnancy. And
Okay.
like I would be like fat shamed as a pregnant person, as a pregnant woman.
Who?
It was like everyone I would encounter would be like, wow, are you having twins? Or like you're so big. Like it just so I was like, okay, clearly I'm having these thoughts about myself if I'm attracting them. But
Damn, I had
it was
that's
it was just a different pregnancy than the first.
pregnancy is hard enough, dog. I mean, shit. What made you choose it? Because I want about the middle of the program. I want to get in, or the questions. I want to get into all those thoughts because I want you. You're going to end up educating women, and it's so super cool. And you're going to actually help them get unstuck today. You won't even know you're doing it, but it's going to help. But what was it? Because I know you were like, what if this is a scam and all this stuff? What was it specifically, if you can remember, that made you say yes? Like, yeah, what was it?
Well, first of all, I had my call and I don't know, I kind of just like laid it all out on the line. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm telling a complete stranger like all of this stuff about me and my life and, just everything. And I was emotional and all of these things. But the money really got me. Like, I was like, damn, that's a lot of money. Like, I can't spend that. I felt so guilty for wanting to. And, I like thought through the finances and then I like went to bed and I was like, okay, I bought a lot of programs. Like, is this just one of those programs? Like I need to I need to know if like this is like the one that I'm supposed to be like if this is what I'm supposed to be the path I'm supposed to be taking. So when I woke up, I like just felt I was like a yes and I just felt at peace with the decision. Like I wasn't like scared or nervous or anything anymore. It was just like I was like, okay, that's the one.
So you just went to sleep. You set the intention. You were like, show me if this is right. And you went to sleep, woke up, and they showed you, or it showed you, or whatever it is, showed you.
Right.
Okay. So that's a very good tip. Just being intentional and asking, versus staying in the fear loop, So I love that. Just being intentional before bed. And were you aware that that's what you were doing, like setting the intention or no?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love powerful bitches, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then as a result, where you said yes, because if you think about it, we don't do this to ourselves with school. Like if it was something for makeup or going to for education, like we wouldn't think twice. You'd be like, well, it's 30 grand or it's 10 grand or it's 5 grand. Let me figure y'all do payments. It's just there's not even a question because we're so used to investing in it. But yet when it comes to weight loss, even though we're not a weight loss, we are a weight loss program, but it's way more. It's interesting how we view that kind of shit, isn't it? We don't look at it like an investment. We're like, it's going to cost me and it's going to take away from everything.
Yeah, we totally do, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So how would you word it? Like if women say, well, what do you do then if you don't do weight loss? Like how would you describe what you found when you signed up?
Okay, so well, first of all, I have to say, I started another program not to do with weight loss really, but like I'm really into manifestation. So I started this course like earlier in the year, and I set like all of these intentions with the course of things that I wanted to like get in order this year, right? Things that I wanted to call into my life and heal and whatever. And so when I got inside the course, I was like, fuck, I just did that. Like I just went through the entire list of the year. Like this is it. The relationship stuff, the health stuff, money, the business, like it's everything. I was just like chills.
That's cool. And women say that a lot when they come in. They'll say, it's like you were speaking to me and I just stumbled across your ad. And really, I'm like, well, let's give yourself some credit. You did this. You said you wanted XYZ and here it is,
Yeah.
So that's cool. I love that. What program was it? Should you share what program helped you manifest or no?
Yeah, yeah. It was the oh gosh, what's it called? It's Catherine Zeta, Manifestation Babe. It's
Okay.
like
God, that
the
sounds so familiar.
Manifestation Academy.
Okay. Okay. And so it just teaches you how to create the desire and step into that.
Yeah, I mean it's like a 3-month course, so it's pretty intensive.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah.
dude, that's badass. And I'm sure you can still use a lot of that, with everything that you're doing. So that's badass. I love that you trust yourself. I can really feel that you just trust yourself and that's super powerful. And unfortunately, a lot of women, they don't trust themselves and it comes from a type of trauma, but anyway, we won't even go there. How has life changed? Since you said yes and you're having these breakthroughs, like how do you feel like your life's changed so far in the 2 weeks?
Let's see, it's only been a couple of days and my cycle has come, which is odd. Like I'd say that that's like the biggest physical change in my body that I'm like, okay, this is weird. It's like working again. And I've had a lot of I don't know that they're breakthroughs, but like I'm going there to places that like I have suppressed for a long time. So I don't know that that's brought any positive changes yet, but I can see how it will. Like I'm like really diving in and like I think I like posted something like I'm diving into this course like my life depends on it because that's what I feel like and I feel really engaged and wanting to continue, like not like it's like another thing that I have to check off that I'm doing, but like
Yeah, it feels good.
just I'm in it, so
Yeah.
it feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. When I've been in programs before, when it feels good, it's like when you're getting fed, you want to keep eating, That to me, that's what it felt like versus like you said, like a to-do list. And I've been in those programs too, and they work, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. So the stuff you said you had repressed, have you tried before to call those things up or anything, or no, did they just happen?
Yeah, I have. I've done work previous, like prior to having kids, I did a lot of personal development work. And I'm feeling like this is giving me the opportunity to revisit all of that
Mhm.
and like get it now, because something happens when you become a mom and you just everything changes. So
Everything
I'm
changes.
like, what about that person that I had like finally like stepped into, like where is she?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's traumatic. Childbearing, having kids, I don't care if it was the most beautiful pregnancy ever and you have milk flowing from your tits and everything's perfect. It is traumatic. Having babies are traumatic and people don't know that. Especially like what you and I did. Like we went straight into not only one, but soon after had another one, which I wanted it that way, but it's very traumatic. One kid is very traumatic. Having a miscarriage, not even having the kid, that's traumatic. Okay, so you were able to bring stuff up, or did it come up, or did you intentionally try to bring it up, or was it just that you were watching the videos and it started coming up?
watching the videos started coming up. Like I've been watching and like journaling as I'm watching. And yeah, stuff is coming up. I have a lot of like memories as a kid that I've forgotten, so it's been interesting to see if like as I'm listening, if I start to remember more.
Yeah, that's so
So
cool. And people get scared of that. And I always encourage, please, I can understand because when I first started doing all this, I was like, oh God, I'm going to find out I was molested by my dad or something. And that's not it at all. That's not, I had those fears. And I mean, that's just what I thought, but it's not like that at all. It's more like you lost a little child long ago, but you didn't know it. And you're finding clues to go get them and like help them. And it feels so good. It feels good because you start having compassion for yourself and like I don't know, it just makes so much sense. And when things make sense, it's not as scary. If we
yeah,
understand why things are happening and have happened and we understand, there's just no fear. I mean, look at what COVID, it was so much confusion and so much fear and uncertainty, and that creates more fear. But when you understand things and you understand why things happen, and like, wow, now I get why I think like that, or I thought I couldn't do that, or yeah, okay. It's just so
yeah.
empowering. It's so empowering because now you're like game fucking on. That's how I feel. So what's your favorite? So I thought you've been in for 2 weeks. So you've only been in for 2 days?
Yeah, this is like day 3.
This is so cool. Well, here's the deal, Lynn. I've never done this before. I really thought you've been in 2 weeks. The fact that we're talking for like after day 3 show, well, you're kind of like a vet. I mean, you understand the energetics, you understand the woo-woo shit, you understand success laws and personal growth. So you're not really new to this. So I don't consider you a newbie. You know what I mean? This to me sounds like you just went deeper.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So, that's probably why we're chatting, but I just saw your thing and I'm like, this is going to be fucking gold. Okay. So what course are you in right now? We've got like 50, but what course are you in right now?
So I went through the hormone
Okay. Okay.
portion, like that was the first day. I've dabbled in the reverse dieting to kind of get a handle on that.
How was that? Based on everything you knew about Octavia and keto, like how was the reverse dieting, when you first heard it? Like tell me about that.
So it's scary. Like before my kids, it wouldn't feel scary, but now I feel like I'm in a place where if I even look at food, I gain weight. Like no joke, my body is like it will not release the weight. So hearing that, I'm like, yeah, oh, fuck, like like I really have to like dig deep and figure out how I'm going to trust this process,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just go with it.
So, because in reverse dieting, we kind of teach you how to rebuild your metabolism. And to a lot of women, it's scary. They think they're going to get fat. And so, what happens is, like you said, it's scary. So, then we'll send you over to clear my shit and to clear the fear so you can understand what's there. And then also drop the fucking weight struggle. Super amazing. But it goes over that fear and you'll figure out quickly why you're stuck. And then you can just clear the fear and see it in a completely different perspective and you're good to go. So that's good. All right. So you watched that brought up some fear and the hormones. Got it. How about the Octavia, the keto? Like, why not just go back and try that stuff?
It was never like a long-term thing, like I had some results, but as soon as I started eating again,
No shit. I'm like, don't y'all want like wine or to enjoy carbs or fruit when you go on vacation? Like, you have to have that sustainability.
yeah.
Okay. And then how, in your opinion, because you've been in other groups, I'm sure they've had Facebook groups, like what does the community feel like to you?
Feels very supportive, like safe and supportive. Yeah.
Safe and
Uh,
supportive. Yeah, I've been in a
yeah.
couple and some of them are like that. And you're just like, I so thankful, and then some are kind of like where people are trying to like outdo one another, where they don't really like they're saying stuff, but they're not, there's no real compassion. They're just I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. And then there's some that's just whiny. It's a bunch of women and all they're doing is venting. And I'm like, oh Jesus. But I don't, that's why I wanted to get your take on it. But it feels supportive, which I think so too. I think all the women in there are just kind of like us. They're not here to compete. They're here to seriously get better and be around like-minded gals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are, if you don't mind sharing, like what are you looking to call in over the next year?
Well, obviously, body. I want my body back or better.
Yeah.
Body better. So that's like my number one, I would say, and getting my health, like everything in order, because my body is like completely out of whack
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
And then I have struggles in my relationship at home. So I'm looking to, find some clarity with that and
You will get it.
uh, become a better parent.
Oh, dude, relationship by design, game changer.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not really
First,
excited, but like, no, I'm definitely resistant to that.
okay, okay. Hey, that's
But
okay. That's okay. That's okay. I think that once you massage the fear a little bit, about the weight gain and the reverse diet, I think once you go clear a couple of blocks, with that clear my shit course,
mhm.
your whole mind will change. Like your whole being will see things differently. That's what it's done for me anyway. It's just, I can't even explain it, but it just neutralizes all of those high charges or high blocks, in energy codes. I describe it as blocks. But Anadea describes it as charges. And then like my other coach, Johnny, they say charges, but whatever, blocks, fucking mindset, limiting beliefs, all the same fucking thing. So let's talk about, because I know the women are ready for some nuggets. How would one know, like the money? Let's talk about the money. Like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. I always say compared to what, but let's talk about that. Like, how can a woman know that she has a limiting belief in money trauma and like, just like the guilt and all that stuff? Because in her mind, she's literally thinking, well, I don't have the money. She doesn't know she can manifest it. She doesn't know when she opens her heart, everything else opens. But like, how can she know? Because she's asking right now, well, how do I know if I'm blocked around money? What would you say?
If you have any of those thoughts come up, I would say that those are blocks,
Perfect.
for sure. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
worried about it, then I would say that there's a block there.
Love it. We're going to hashtag, if you worry, there's a block there. I love that. I love that. Okay. What about, there was something you said here. Where is it? The gratitude. Was it the gratitude because everything's there or things were making sense? Or how would you describe like what made you feel the gratitude? Because by the way, women listening, gratitude is the opposite of shame and one of the most powerful energies and state of minds that you can get in to attract what it is that you really want, like quantum leap shit. So yeah, what was it that you feel like really brought up the gratitude?
I think it was getting into the program and then like really diving in and realizing that there were so many reasons I was there and just like really thankful. I think I was like, it felt like a divine intervention. Like it was exactly what I needed without even knowing that I needed all of it. I don't know if that makes sense. And gratitude for, I've kind of been in this place where if you're struggling with weight or with whatever it is, you're like spinning your wheels, like you've tried here, you've went to this doctor, that doctor. And I finally felt like I had like an organized plan of how to tackle things and like the resources, the right resources that could get me to where I need to be. So
Oh,
it was
that right
a lot
there.
of different things.
Dude, I paid a guy 120 grand last year. It's really what changed my life because it was so uncomfortable. I didn't know how I was going to pay it. I didn't know how I was going to make those payments. Like it was so fucking scary, but paid him for that because I knew that if I didn't, I would be right where you're talking about, sitting there like, do I go here? Or do I go there? But to have an expert or have that genius network, the resources and a fucking plan that someone more successful than me that's helped other people get exactly what I want says, here's what to do. I can't even tell you, and I would pay it again because you could put a price tag on it, but not really. Cause the feeling of just knowing where to go next and that you're supported and safe and like somebody's got you, that feels amazing.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Well, I was gonna say, like, also with the gratitude, like, I was like, also had like this huge sense of gratitude for you because I knew, like, when I encountered like the program, it was a sponsored ad, right? So I was like, oh, like my whole news feed is sponsored ads, but I was like, I had gratitude for you for like spending the money to do that, because that like this program is what I needed, or at least that's what I was feeling in the moment, like I was just,
Yep.
so there were so many avenues of gratitude.
I've
Yeah.
done the same thing. And I want to point something out. The fact that your heart is very open, you're going to have so many blessings, and where people would look at Lynn and go, God, she's just lucky. No, she's not. She just, I mean, how many years, Lynn, did you work on personal growth?
5.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 5. She didn't say, a couple days. I mean, 5 fucking years going through the kids. I mean, one of them 7. It's been a long time. You got 10 years in this shit. You know what I mean? When you've tried that long and you find something that feels right or it's more aligned, like I understand that gratitude. I've cried many, many times for my mentors. They don't even know it, just like thank you, because I know what it takes and I just appreciate them so much, and I just send them so many blessings. So you're welcome. I appreciate that. But anyway, the reason you are blessed, the reason you're going to have great results is because your heart's open and you can appreciate. So many women come in, they're still in that mindset of, well, what can you give me? What can I get for the money I paid? What can I get? What can I get? They're in a transactional thing mindset. And they're the ones also that's never going to be happy with their results. Even if they get it, they can't recognize gratitude. I'm like, their lives, I've watched them, their lives changed drastically. I'll look back and go, damn, I'll say something like, look at where you were last year, or whatever. Like you're crushing it. And they'll be like, really? I feel like I wasn't making progress. I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? But that's why they will feel like they're still not where they want to be. It's because they haven't opened their heart. They're not even willing to be grateful. They think they are, but they're not, because they can't even see how far they come. And then they don't appreciate me. They don't appreciate the program. They're just on to the next thing. I'm like, meanwhile, I'm looking there, sitting there going, dude, look at your fucking life. So I really, I see that in you. And that's why you're going to get what you fucking want. It's because you deserve it, because you're actually grateful for it. I love that. When you said you can see clearly why you were falling off the other programs, will you tell me more about that?
Well, I think you asked me why not go back to them. Like one of them, I had great weight loss with. I lost 27 pounds. So it was pretty much my entire weight I was hanging on to since my last pregnancy. But my hair was like falling out in clumps, and my skin was a mess. And then I left for the summer with my kids on a road trip, and I gained all the weight back.
Oh my God.
Not all that quick, but most of it. And so that was frustrating. And the reason I could go back, but the reason I don't want to go back is because I know that what I'm putting into my body is crap. Like intuitively know, like this is not, like, it's not good.
Right. Yeah. And then you, I don't know if you've got it back yet, but the food test, we do that food and gut test where it's going to tell you exactly what your body needs and doesn't need. So you'll
Yeah.
feel so much better. You'll probably lose a few pounds just from doing that. And I think the emotional work as well. I've had a lot of women say, I know one of them lost 17 pounds and she never even worked out. She just went through all the emotional stuff, did the food test, all that. Any ideas where the unworthiness stemmed from, like why you didn't feel worthy of having it all, like the body and all that stuff? Any idea? Have you gotten into that yet?
So I have a little bit gotten into it, and like the body, I have started journaling on that. So I'm kind of getting an idea that like there was a lot of talk when I was younger, like you're not going to be this, thin forever. And, just the people around you, not necessarily my parents with that language, but yeah, like it all changes when you have kids and, things like that. So maybe that's where it came from.
Yeah, totally. You believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know so many women that believe, and I did too. About getting older. And if you fucking believe it or you're worried about it, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, can you tell me about the guilt? What specifically did you feel guilty about? Because I know so many women that's gonna be like, me too, me too, me too.
So I was guilty. I was guilty. I was feeling guilty for like wanting to spend like a large sum of money like on myself. And my finances, like we keep everything pretty much separate,
Mm-hmm.
but I was still feeling guilty. Like I could be contributing that, right, to the family, the household, whatever. So it was, yeah.
So what helped you get over that? Like, how are you dealing with it? How are you massaging that? What's your new beliefs?
So I didn't really think about it much after like when I woke up and I felt like at peace with, enrolling, and I don't know, I didn't really think too much more about it. The way I guess I'm like justifying it, like this is going to better my life in so many areas, it's just going to like overflow.
Yeah.
So it like this has to happen. Like
Yeah.
it has to happen.
Yep. It's this, I feel like my program will make everything else work. No matter if you wanted to hire another coach next year for your business or whatever, like this program is the foundation, the hormones. I mean, I work with, 7-figure gals, 8-figure women that they need help with the balance, the body, why they feel so on edge, why they can't relax, all those things. And that's where the weight comes on. That's where the weight wants to hold on. But I think you nailed it with exploring the beliefs that we've been taught, but the guilt, I say guilt's easy. Guilt's so one of the easier emotions, like not like shame. Guilt's kind of like, okay, well, if you didn't feel guilty, then what? Well, then just do that. Cause okay. And then two, what you're saying is if Lynn feels happier, if Lynn feels more supported, if Lynn starts losing weight, feeling better, stepping into her purpose, that's going to benefit her children. That's going to benefit her household. I mean, the world. So it is an investment, like all those personal growth years that you invested time and money, they've paid off because you're here and you're having breakthroughs in 2 days where some women that's never done personal growth, they're kind of closed off. It's going to take longer unless they're just really ready, but it's going to take longer because I mean, let's talk about personal growth. I mean, what did you do? What books, programs, teachers, what did you do?
So I did a program called the gratitude trainings.
Okay.
Unfortunately, like during all of the COVID stuff, they went under, and all the trainers kind of branched off to different things, but it's similar to Landmark.
Okay.
So it's like a 3-part training. And then after I staffed trainings and coached other people, and I was really involved in the community for like a few years after that. So I was constantly like in the work.
Love it, dude. Love it. What's your favorite personal growth book so far?
Oh gosh.
Okay, give me
It's been
two or three. Fun.
it's been so long since I read one. A book I really love, A Return to Love by Marianne
Oh, I haven't read
Williamson.
that.
Have you read that?
Mm-mm.
I feel like every woman should read that.
Okay, well, I'll write it down. I will write it down because I'm all about return to love. Love it. I love listening and reading books. Yeah, you're gonna dig the content once you get in even further. Okay, so let's say, where do you think you would be if you would have stayed in the fear of I can't afford it? Who am I to spend this? I could be putting it somewhere else. Blah 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 blah. Where do you think you'd be?
I would be probably investing in like other programs. I don't know if I want to say like less expensive programs, and like just doing the same thing I was doing and not getting the results.
It's like going after, the weight loss programs, the one-off, the one name programs versus getting down to why you need another program. Like that's what we want to clear, teaching you how. I love the trauma informed approach too, but teaching you how to literally get whatever the fuck you want and clear all the blocks, so that's good. I'm excited for you to go through money codes too. That's going to be a whole vibe. Okay.
I'm excited for all of it.
Last question. Yeah, because I think we're going to start doing more business coaching too on the back end, not on the front end, but just for those that's in Hotmomz. We've got 6-figure business codes, helped a lot of women just start their businesses and scale, triple their income, all this shit. But because I show you what I've done at way less cost. But anyway, yeah, the back end. So anybody listening to this, don't come in and say you just want the business. You're going to have to come in like everybody else does. But last question. If there's somebody on the fence right now, they're terrified of what it's going to cost or if it's going to work. Well, what if it doesn't work for me? Like, what would you say to them if they're on the fence about booking a call?
I think like for me, it was like, what do I have to lose? Like felt like a large amount of money for me, yet I was going to spend that anyways over the years, like doing what I was doing. So I knew I needed something more.
Yeah.
And like booking the call and like going into the call, like open and vulnerable. I think that.
Yeah. So the call, and just, to be clear, it's not that we don't pitch everybody on the call. I think we've looked at our numbers for every like 10 we talk to right now, maybe 4 people out of the 10 will actually, we feel like would get results with us. That's a good fit. Everybody else, some people we don't even offer. And we just like, well, let's get you started in pre-launch. Like we'll send them to the pre-launch. if we're not sure if they're ready. So I consider it a big deal, if you make it on the calls, and some people have to pay for the calls. They don't initially get through the application process and you have to go somewhere else and pay to get back on the books. But the calls, did they expose, like, or did they go over how they were going to help you, first of all, like lose the weight?
Yeah, I mean, we touched on like what the issues could be
Okay.
with why I'm not losing weight. So
Did that help you?
yeah, it gave me like some peace of mind that like, okay, I'm not crazy. Like,
That's it. I remember crying whenever I first found out, like, why I had felt the way I felt, like been struggling with my body, and when I found out why, dude, you feel that way, like, wow, I'm not fucked up. I'm not fucked up. There's hope here. And that's what I wanted our calls to be like whether or not people want to sign up with us. It's like, get on, tell us what you're struggling with. Cause they're very trained. We do meetings every morning and I do deep work with them. I mean, we go real deep and into psychology and healing and all this. And our goal is to get on there. If the woman's open, sometimes it's hard for her to open up, but if she will be open and tell us the truth, we like to expose the problem and find the pattern. Like, well, hey, have you ever noticed this? You're like, oh my God, didn't even put that together. Like, didn't even think about that. And then we try to give the strategy, like, well, here's how we would do it, but that's kind of how it rolls. But I'm so glad that you set the intention, you trusted yourself and went with that. You didn't listen to any more fucking fear. You just was like, all right, here's the way I feel. And here's what we're going to do.
yeah.
And that's what they say. Sales, they're like, oh, all sales are emotional and you need to be logical. Like, I believe you, but dude, you bought on emotion. I met my husband off of emotion and it's all worked out. So yeah, I like emotion backed with some logic.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very emotional. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best. And you got
Thank
a ton of
you.
support now. And then so this fall, what's your main focus going to be? Is it going to be just one thing like your hormones? Is it going to be, are you going to dive into the actual weight and reprogramming your belief system? Like, what are you going to do moving forward?
Can I focus on all of it?
Hey,
Yeah.
you know me, man. I'm female. I'm like, let's do, and we can be, and we can do it all.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm like ready just to dive into all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Is there anything else you want to share? Because, you need to know that you are advanced. You're a very powerful chick. You're tapped in spiritually. So is there anything you want to just share with women in general about if they're not happy with their bodies or they're stressed out or whatever?
I think that like I just find it very supportive for me to listen to my heart and make decisions based on that and what I feel is going to make me happy.
Now, how do you listen to your heart? What does listening to your heart feel like?
So for me it's like making like asking myself like I did with I guess I was setting an intention, but like I did before going to bed, like is this the right path, and then being open to like if I'm obsessing over it or it feels like compulsive or that type of behavior, like I didn't enroll on the spot. So like that would have been like compulsive for me,
And it's
like and just
scary.
like taking a step back and being like, okay, is this what I really want?
Yeah. And it's scary. That's why we have moved away from hard closes. Now, we will ask hard questions. That doesn't mean a hard close. Because sometimes women need that motherly love. It's like, well, why is that? And is it that this or this? Some women see that as too pushy, but for the most part, it's not. But we found that because we are a trauma informed, program hey, you got to make a decision fucking right now. Some women are like that. That's fine. But we rather you not come in with that energy. If you come in and you feel like you were forced and it was like a what now or never, that's very traumatic and it can actually trigger trauma in a person. So we found that the energy was not clean. If a person came in that scared, it kind of it disrupted the whole community and wasn't good. So that's why now we really vet the women, let you sleep on it, get you in the pre-launch, get you in the energy of something so that you can feel better because energy, it transfers over. And if you came in all scared and shit, then you're gonna like muddy up the waters and shit. You know what I mean? So we want you to feel good and to feel like you feel. That's huge. And if not, we're always like, listen, why don't you start here instead until you can calibrate to the energy,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. Hey, I appreciate your time. And I'm really excited about, yes, your weight. And I think your weight is going to like, it's just gonna be right there with your business. The better you start to feel and look, you're gonna feel better about your business and helping women look hot. So they're gonna kind of go hand in hand. So I'm really pumped for you to get in 6-figure business codes and all of it. So we need to do like a follow-up, dude, in like 6 months and then at a year.
Okay.
So
let's do
remember
it.
I said that. If I could put it on your phone and just do a damn check-in.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Thank
Lynn.
you.
Have
I appreciate
fun.
you.
You're welcome. Have fun. Let us know if you need anything.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Bye. See ya. This is it. I've got a free training, caseyship.com/register. Be sure to grab that and then join my free Facebook group and just reach out. Struggle is not required. So hit me up, caseyship.com/register. Talk to you soon.